All right, go, Bobby.
I ain't afraid no more, I ain't afraid to say. And if the words are clear, I know that I can say. Busting out the rules that they control, busting out a love from my soul, busting out a dream that won't be so. I said no. Busting fair, busting fair, busting fair, busting fair.
Well, thank you again, Bobby Lee, for that live rendition of that amazing song that you wrote for our show.
Yes,
so
just for
wonderful.
You. Just for you.
I always appreciate that.
I know you do.
And we appreciate the cast in the Whisper Room. Can we see you guys back there? That's
You guys are
Rebecca,
awesome.
Mike, and Ginger on the far right. Ginger runs the shots so you can see different views. Rebecca's on the soundboard, and Mike's back there heckling us.
Yes, he is.
That's what he's
the master
doing.
heckler, isn't he?
Yes, he is. So tonight, Dixie and I listened to a very interesting lecture by Dr. Simon Atkins, and he's talking about this interdimensional galactic wave that's hitting us right now and will likely continue until end of September and maybe more subtly continue on through 2017 even. And I did share that my husband and I did notice some shifts in our energy, and this was before we found out about this energetic wave. We noticed that we were saying the same things at the same time. We would do that once in a while, but it really increased. Those moments increased. And then also we'd be sitting there watching the TV show, and I'm thinking a question and he has the answer before I even speak it. The other thing that's been affecting me is my sleep, and today I felt like I was walking through mud. Just like a slug. It was just a very low energetic day. And yesterday when I ran out and did some errands, I was forgetting things. And so when I interacted with the people that were taking care of me, they were having the same issue. And that's unusual to have those kinds of experiences. So I think this is something very likely that is occurring, that we are experiencing. And in my estimate of what I've learned about it, the best thing you can do is not react to anything that's trying to stir you up, whether it's the Confederate flag or whether it's guns or whether it's racism or beheadings or anything horrible. Just don't get stirred up. Stay stable. Keep yourself grounded. Put your feet in dirt. Hug a tree. Smoke some pot. Pot's legal here in the state of Washington. I don't smoke pot, but sometimes I wish I did. So Dixie's going to go through and share her notes, and we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about this. And then afterwards, I'm going to share a couple of thoughts on some examples for enlightenment. So Dixie, take her away.
Okay. Dr. Simon Atkins has explained that he is now calling this energy wave basically wave X. And he tells us that it opens our third eye, and it is actually, humanity is becoming more aware of what's going on around us. And the main part of this energy wave is hitting between July and October of this year. An example was, humanity is on a big train on a certain track. Now humanity is being lifted off of that track, and we are being put on a new track. Reality is shifting. This wave of energy comes around every 3,600 to 3,800 years, and it causes massive evolution on our planet. In other words, it's a leap of our evolutionary being. It causes, it brings clairvoyance, bilocation, telepathy, like you were talking about. You would be talking and suddenly you would answer a question that
Before he asked it.
Before he asked it, yes, yes. Now, there is something called the Hadron Collider called CERN, C-E-R-N, in Switzerland. And it has been built to disperse and block this wave of energy. Because there is a part of our humanity that does not want us to wake up
Yes.
to what is actually occurring.
And in this, I believe it was this conversation or the one I listened to with David Wilcock and Corey Good, that Stephen Hawking was a consultant and guided them with this CERN mechanism. And it's not necessarily a good thing.
Well, that's what Atkins says.
Okay.
He said that it's been built to disperse and block this wave of energy, but it won't work. And when this CERN wave goes into the wave X, in other words, there's this wave that from the collider of energy that hits the wave X, and it causes chaos here in humanity when this happens. And there's only there's only about a 5 to 10% chance that will happen, because, well, we are the center of where others in the galaxy are focused to help us win.
Now look at all the issues they've actually had with getting CERN going.
That's true.
Sometimes I think there's something unseen doing some tampering, maybe.
Yes, like spirit, like creator. The cards are stacked for humanity, for us. And I'd like to go over some of the side effects of this wave, or actually this collision of the two waves of energy. And he says that about 10 to 17% go insane. And you know, you've seen about the mass shootings almost every day. There's shootings on the news.
And they can't figure out why that fellow in Louisiana that shot the people in the movie theater,
Oh yeah,
they
I
can't
think
figure
it's
out why he did
Georgia or
that.
something like that. Yeah,
Georgia, Louisiana,
I don't know.
somewhere. It was down south, southeast somewhere. Yeah.
And also it'll produce some health concerns for people.
Oh, also, this is a live call-in show if anybody's watching. 360-693-7544. 360-693-7544. And comments and questions are welcome.
There's going to be a lot of chaos in September because that's when the wave X is going to hit the hardest, and probably the collider wave, the
CERN collider.
It's
Yeah.
like a collider. It's
CERN.
a collision of two different waves of energy.
Yes.
There are 64 different energy portals on our planet, and they are opening up. That's part of this wave that's coming from the cosmic. It's a cosmic wave. It's a wave out of our galaxy. This energy to evolve us, and so anyway, and the reason he named it Wave X is because of the confusion of people talking about the planets Nibiru that are coming towards Earth well, anyway, it's a long story. If you understand what Nibiru is about, and Planet X, these are two concerns that people have had. But it's not the planet, it's this wave of energy. And it comes around about every 3,600 to 3,800 years. So it's similar to what they say about Planet X.
Affecting the Earth and the energies and the frequencies,
Right.
and those sorts of things.
It can create it can create Earth changes. He predicts that there's going to be a very serious earthquake in Iran.
Yes.
9-pointer.
Yes, I heard that.
And a couple of places here in the United States, some concern. The New Madrid Fault, which is the Mississippi River area. Northern California, maybe not a really bad earthquake, but a noticeable one.
Now, isn't he also about 90% accurate in his previous predictions about what's going to occur on the planet?
That's what I've read. Because he's new to
Yeah,
me.
he's new to us, yes.
He lives in South America. He actually came from America. Used to live in Montana, but he lives in Uruguay now. It's a safer place to live. Anyway, that's the other thing is to, in a way, to protect ourselves, we need to get more sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And he suggests that we not travel. I have arrangements made, so I can't change those, but I think it's the traveling is the part of the concern about the chaos and that sort of thing.
I'm assuming, I'm going to take a leap here. When he says not to travel, I'm assuming he means don't fly in airplanes.
Okay.
That's he didn't say that. He
Yeah.
said just don't travel.
Well, I'll
But he
find
didn't
out because I'm
speci-
going to fly in September.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of the other things that he talked about. The other thing is get more sleep, don't travel. Once you're calm in your heart, and you can tell the universe, I'm here for humanity, and it will come back to me. In other words, if you can realize that the wave is here, and that's why it's affecting people in so many different ways, you get calmer and calm in your heart, and then you say, I'm here to help humanity evolve. And it calms you down, and that energy comes back to you. So anyway, that's don't have a lot more to say.
I think he also said about the end of this, the peak of this was about the time that financial chaos might occur.
Yes, that's
part of
another
the things that are happening with trying to deal with grace is part of this energy effectiveness, and the people that know that it's coming are attempting to use it to their nefarious advantage. He also shared that that's one of the reasons they've been putting fluoride in the water and trying to get people vaccinated. I've noticed lately on the television, Hep C, pneumonia, and something else they want adults to get vaccinated. And Dr. Simon Atkins said definitely do not do that because of all the unhealthy debris that are in the vaccinations. And so the powers that be and whoever they are have known that this has been coming in, and so they've been doing things with us chemically to try to prevent this, because there are powers that be that don't want us to evolve to this next stage of existence or being. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Him chatting about that?
Yes.
Yes. And then I also listened to, folks, everything we have sourced it on divinedominoes.com. The 2 lectures are up there by Simon Atkins, and then also David Wolcock and Corey Good. Corey Good is a extreme insider, and so now he's blowing the whistle. And David Wilcox shared that He does not share 90% of what he knows. One, he wants to protect people, and two, he wants to verify that it's really true. He met Corey Good, and Corey started sharing the information with him and found out he had the other 90% that David already knew about. So they're starting a series on Gaiam TV, and David Wilcock is going to be interviewing Corey and bringing out this information. And I started listening to Corey share about the secret space program that many of us do not know about, and the cooperation that's happening with our military powers and such. Oh, let's see, what was it? I was watching, was it Ancient Aliens, I believe? And they had a space on there talking about NASA, and they went back to the creation of NASA, and NASA is not it's not a civil entity. In other words, it's part of the military. So what NASA has no obligation to tell us anything. And Mike Barra, who's on Ancient Aliens, he was in San Mateo when we went down there, and there was a panel with David Wilcock, Mike Barra, I can't remember the other people, and Mike Barra says, do not believe anything NASA says. And he's investigated them for years. So just be cautious. And I've got to say, I do not remember voting for any politicians to lie to me and not tell me the truth, not tell me what's going on, create these committees and all these extension groups and have these secrets and not tell us what's going on. And I recall that when I began to understand and see through the psychopathic systems that are out there, David Wilcock keeps calling them cabal. I mean, let's get down to it. It's a psychopathic system. That, when I saw through that, it was a moment of enlightenment. You have to look at the darkness to be able to move through it. I also watched last week on the Learning Channel, Lee Remini has a show called It's All Relative. And she has been on the host on The View. She was the wife on King of Queens. She also played a sister on the show The X's. So on her show, in her first show this season, she talked about leaving Scientology. She had a moment of okay, all right. Also, take a little sidestep here to let you know that this is a season finale for both Busting Fear and Underground. We are taking a bit of a hiatus. We have people that have business obligations. We have people that have family events. In fact, in our own business, we have some events now through about the third week of September where we have to attend, and we go to shows and expos with our product. And most everybody here is full-time employee, and everybody that's here does this on a voluntary basis. And we have weekly meetings here to improve and see what's good or improve the shows. And Wednesday night in that meeting, I told the folks, you know, I really don't care if I have a show or not. It's about working with the people. Everybody's agreed that we want to carry on, but there are some things that have put us in a state of limbo right now, and it's really difficult to be in that state of limbo. But it's where we have to be for right now. And we'll keep you updated on the website as to what's going on next. We're not shutting down, we're just shutting down for a while. It might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 months. But we are still going to be here and still moving forward. We're just taking some time off. So we're doing a kind of a combined show tonight, Busting Fear and Underground. Okay, back to Lee Remini. So she talked about becoming aware of the manipulation of the fear and guilt in Scientology. And what she had was quite unique, is I'm sure she talked to family members. Her mother, her stepfather, her sister, her husband, her nanny, and I think her assistants. I think they were all participating in Scientology because they had a therapist come in and they were all sitting around talking with this therapist. Now that's pretty hard to admit, that you're going to leave an event like that or a community like that, because you have to see through it. And what I realized had happened to her, she had a moment of where her morality and ethics were no longer in alignment with those tactics, and made a decision to leave. Now, what was different for her, she had a community of her friends and family and people that she worked with that they left together. When I left, my experience is 30 years ago, I left by myself. And that was 120 people that I basically left behind. My family was still there. And in that cult. But I had a friend who had been my friend for 35 years. And he really helped me through that time. We could talk about anything and everything. And I so appreciated, we became friends in that church, and then friends beyond that. We learned who each other is in many dimensions of our existence, and so that I felt very privileged. And he actually, about 6 days before he died, I realized I had my own personal mentor for 35 years, and I didn't ask for it. I mean, who gets someone to help them move through everything that confronts you and teaches you how to shift your perspective and understand the moment? So I was really, really privileged to have such a friend. So when I became aware of these psychopathic systems, and Lee Remini woke up to the system that was keeping her blocked, or trying to keep her there, she at least had a community to live with. And that's why it's so hard to leave these systems, is because you get emotionally hooked in to the community. Now I want to read just a couple of short, sorry about the noise, excerpts here from A Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles lesson 332. This is from the workbook. The ego makes illusions. When it's talking about the ego, it's talking about the ego that believes in separation from the divine. So you can always look at this and see that it's just the opposite in the divine's mind. So in the divine's mind, there is no separation. We're still there. He still loves us. It doesn't matter if it's a he or she. But I'm just saying, whatever is said is usually the opposite of what is in the divine mind. So now I got to get back to this. So the ego, or the separated mind, makes illusions. Truth undoes the ego's evil dreams by shining them away. Truth never makes attack. How much conflict do we have on this planet that is attack? Truth merely is, and by truth's presence is the mind recalled from fantasies, awaking to the real. Forgiveness bids this presence enter in and take its rightful place within the mind. Without forgiveness is the mind in chains, believing in its own futility. Yet with forgiveness does the light shine through the dream of darkness, offering it hope and giving it the means to realize the freedom that is its inheritance. Course in Miracles lesson 333. Conflict must be resolved. It cannot be evaded. So keep in mind, when I looked at the psychopathic systems, think about this as I'm reading through this. Conflict must be resolved. It cannot be evaded, set aside, denied, disguised, seen somewhere else, called by another name, or hidden by deceit of any kind. If it would be escaped, it must be seen exactly as it is, where it is thought to be, in the reality which has been given to it, and with the purpose that the mind accorded to it. For only then are the defenses lifted, and the truth can shine upon as it disappears. So as we see through these illusions, they begin to disappear because truth shines a light on those dark spaces. So there's a practice called fearless forgiveness. I know I've said this several times, but it will really make a difference in your life. Anything that brings fear to the mind needs forgiveness. Forgiveness does not need any justification whatsoever. When you feel fear, anxiety, anger, frustration, stress, etc., these are a derivative of hate, a reflection of self-hate, projected outward to blame others. Take responsibility and heal your mind. Like Morpheus says in The Matrix to Neo, free your mind. I say heal your mind. And practice fearless forgiveness every time the fear or self-hatred manifests. Forgiveness is the antivirus that heals the mind from the fear virus. And another thing I want to say is in The Matrix, what was unique and different? What was unique and different about Neo in the Matrix movies series?
I can't tell you.
He asked questions.
Oh.
That's how he took his journey, by the questions he asked. He was seeking answers. And then when he got the answers, he took that information and he made choices about how he's going to take that information and manifest who he is. He eventually got to the place where he didn't have to hook in and download a lesson. He developed the skills to hold out his hand to stop the machines that were coming after them. Yes, Mike, it was because he was so good looking. So he stepped outside of having to be in the Matrix, and he could stop the things that were attempting to cause the people that he was with harm. So it comes to a point, as I see this galactic wave is coming in, and whether you think it's affecting you or not, you're prepared in case you start to see or witness or experience high strangeness yourself. You can stay stable. You have a choice to make. So I say, be in the moment. Do your best to help your friends and family. Don't be reactive, and be your best self. And anytime that fear comes up, if you get fearful about guns or anything they put on the news, just forgive it, because that's your journey to help you to heal. So Dixie, do you have any closing thoughts you would like to share?
I'm blank.
You're blank.
I mean, maybe it's the wave, that wave X.
It's the wave. It's made you blank. Because I seldom, you seldom don't have something to say.
You're right. But I have to tell you, I'm very forgetful these days, and I think part of that is the energy, because it's worse than usual.
Worse than usual, so you're noticing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I really don't have much more to say. I want to thank you all for watching, and how much I appreciate Bobby Lee and his being so faithful to be here and support both the shows, Underground and Busting Fear.
You know what, Carol? You say that every week, and I love you for that. But I want to tell you something and tell everybody out there. When you're talking about faithful, you have been faithful to all of this all along, and you are awesome. And so it's like, you know what? Thank you so much.
He can't hear you. You got to say it again.
Oh,
He
no.
couldn't hear you.
Oh, no. Anyhow.
Thank you, Bobby. I so appreciate that
You're
acknowledgement.
awesome, Carol, and can't wait to see what happens in the future.
Yes, awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
We all heard it.
I ain't afraid no more. I ain't afraid to say. And if the words are clear, I know that I can say, busting out the rules that they control, busting out love from my soul, busting out a dream that won't be so. I said no. Busting fear, busting fear, busting fear, busting fear.
Six, 5, 4, 3.
Thank you so much, everybody. Can you hear my heart? Can you feel my soul beating in my head, beating through my soul? I see the temperature rising right there beyond those two walls. And if it's something ain't better, I'm gonna move it on. In a world going on. There you go. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good Lord. Hey, brother. How you doing, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What's happening today?
Well, we're missing somebody.
We are missing somebody.
I'm coming.
All right, hey,
Coming on.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a good show now.
We're short-handed tonight.
Yes, we are.
and Skinny Mike bails us out once again.
Skinny Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skinny Mike.
I'm either called Skinny Mike or Daddy. Either way.
That's why I called him Skinny Mike.
Me too.
Welcome to Underground. This is our season finale, and we should be back up in a couple weeks or so. Carol, well, I'm trying to hook this up here. Carol already told you guys what was going on. We're going to try to revamp the studio and just make some changes, and so we can actually give you guys a better show. So we're going to have Carol and Dixie and the whole gang come up here and kind of give our farewells for the
season?
for the season, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have a good time here.
Yeah. How am I doing on my microphone, Mike?
Doing better.
Yeah, thank you, thank
Yeah, we've been working a year and a half on Bobby staying on that mic. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say something about the ladies' show. Oh my God, I was just like, give me some more, because it's right on how I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and some of the stuff that I've been listening to. And so we're sitting over here, and I'm like, how have I been missing the show?
yeah,
So
they
it's
always
very,
have some
very
good
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they do. They're awesome.
Oh,
Right.
hey, and
Is my
ladies
mic
back
on
there on that top computer, if you just hit the space bar, the graphics on the TV will roll. So, anyways, I'm trying to get my earpiece set up. Sorry, guys.
Is that mic working better now back there?
Must have. Oh,
Okay,
they
now
almost
we're
did it.
hooked up.
They almost did
See
it.
how this
Doing it?
rolls. So it's very top computer, ladies. Yeah, there we go. Just hit the space bar and it should be rolling.
There it
There we
is.
go.
Right on.
Yeah.
Underground.
we were
Modern
trying something new
technology.
tonight. We were trying to combine the two shows without any stopping or any space or timeouts or. Yeah.
You should play 2 songs.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. But anyways, yeah, we got a lot going on. We got Ginger and Rebecca in the back room running the show back there.
Whisper.
Hey, girls.
Thank
How
you,
you doing?
ladies, for all your hard work. And so we wanted to kind of, in this season, explain what Underground was for and what we were about. And how we started off with Underground was back at the old studio. And Underground was created to be able to allow people to speak any subject that they wanted to talk about, call in with any subject, and allow a platform for anybody to be able to speak their mind. Well, I guess my earpiece is not plugged in.
You need to move the mic up a little bit, Mike. There.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
So,
Kevin.
so underground was actually thought up at the old. I thought it was because we're underneath the, underneath the air place here. So,
Well, it could be that too.
Oh.
Whatever you want.
yeah, I tell like 17 different stories on it. So, I wasn't sure which one was right, but it was like pick one.
Yeah. So out of that, bursting fear or busting fear.
Burst.
We got bursting fear on the screen because we had somebody that couldn't spell. So
It's all right, kid. It's all right.
busting fear, and we had quite a journey, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
So
Yes.
yeah, the first time we got on TV, you were pretty nervous getting on stage, and look
Never
where they're
been
at
on
now.
television before, so yes, you put me on the spot.
No, I
Have you
put
watched
you
your
on the
shows?
spot.
And cheated to myself.
Have you been able to watch your shows afterwards? So,
I've watched most of them
yeah.
because I always think I never get said what I want to say, and then I listen to it and go, "Oh, I did get it said."
Excellent. Do you sound different or look different than what you think you present? Or
Yes, I look even when I look in the mirror and I look at myself on the show. I look different than what I think I look like even in a mirror, and I sound different. I think on the show my voice is higher, but in my head I hear it low.
So
Wait.
when you look at yourself on TV, do you notice that you're prettier? Is that how you look at it? I notice when I look out on the TV, I'm like, man, you are handsome. Come on, man.
No, but
Thank you, Mike. You were talking about
And
me,
Ginger
right?
just took me off the screen.
It was too much for
I
us
planned
to take, Mike. Too much for us to take.
so when I look in the mirror, I see a 17-year-old kid. I mean, for some reason I can't get past that of what I look at, and then when I see myself on TV, I look 50. Reality sets in, right? It's like, oh,
That's what
what happened to
the
your hair?
that's what the WaveX is all about. Is reality shifting to reality. You're on the track of actually seeing who you are.
I don't like reality.
Well, I don't know. We were talking about getting to the beach before all this problem started. So that reality would be awesome.
That'd be a good reality.
Yeah, some beach in Mexico somewhere.
Yeah.
What flavor we got right now? Ice it up.
I think what I learned about myself watching the playback was that I discovered the mannerisms. I had no idea all the mannerisms I use with my hands and my face and my eyes. I realized I use my body to express everything, and I had no idea. And I watched myself because sometimes I'll just go like with my eyes, and I just found that interesting because I had no idea. I've never watched myself talk before.
It almost seems like it's more exacerbated on,
Yes.
on screen.
Yes. And no one has ever mentioned my mannerisms to me, so I wasn't aware of them. But I found them interesting.
Well, I know you practice that a lot, don't you? With your first cup of tea, you go back into the corner and you kind of get your mindset, and then all of a sudden you start, doing all your expressions. and
Boy, he
stuff.
watches you, doesn't he?
No, that's called waking up.
Yeah, right on.
My first cup of tea. I'm
That's a
waking
coffee
up.
man right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That's a coffee man.
Man,
right there.
I had this one lady come in and she kind of did that. She got her stuff set down and she started doing this and stuff, and I'm like, I thought it was really weird. And then all of a sudden I realized she had a little headset in and she was talking to somebody on the phone and she was talking with her hands and expressing herself. And I thought, oh God, I got to escort out a wacko. But she was okay. She was all right. The coffee kicked in and she started speaking really fast. So I was like, oh my God, here we go. The head's going to start spinning.
Do you ever get people in the coffee shop right in the morning, right when you wake up, they just have more energy than you have?
Most of the time they come in and they can't get the words out. I need just a minute. Coffee. I need coffee, and then after I drink some coffee, we'll talk. Okay?
Yeah.
I get a lot of
So
that.
that's normal.
Yeah, that's
But
normal.
but if you have somebody that comes in, it's just over energized,
Yeah.
more than what you are.
But
Does
that
that
don't
kind of
happen.
throw you
I'm
off a little bit?
about, well, it probably would, but I'm about 4 to 6 shots in before anybody gets through the door. So like today, someone's like, "Good coffee," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." You know, we got a new lingo today. You can tell. I've only had 4 shots.
I worked with a guy, man, he drank 4 Red Bulls and those monsters, and then brewed a cup of coffee, or a pot actually, before he even got started. So when you come in the morning, you're like, oh my God, here I go, bones are hurting, joints are hurting. He's like, hey, how's it going? It's like, oh God.
You want to slap him?
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
Kill
"Man,
it.
don't even talk to me
Just
right
kill
now."
it.
Yeah.
I'd like to make an announcement.
Yeah.
Next weekend, the 1st and 2nd of August, there will be a transformation fair in Yachats, Yachats, Oregon. It's a small ocean town south of Newport, probably 25 miles south of Newport. And I'm going to be speaking there about extraterrestrials and UFOs, and also I'll be doing hand analysis at a table. So just thought I would.
Analysis.
Hand analysis.
Okay. Is that where you write and then
No.
you
That's when
No.
she takes your hand and goes, "Your skin's really soft." You've never worked a day in your life, have you?
So
Create a
soft.
long lifeline.
Actually, what I do is I look at fingerprints. I tell you your greatest challenges and greatest talents. I also look at the lines in your hands. The heart line tells a lot about our personalities. And so that's what hand analysis is all about.
And she's very accurate.
Wow.
Very accurate.
I used to use that analysis when I was trying to get dates. Yeah, that line, that's the line right to my heart.
That's what I do. I tried
Wow.
something. I tried something similar. It didn't
That
work very
worked?
well. But I was working the elbows.
Oh,
Yeah, so I couldn't see
Elbows.
your elbow. I guess they didn't dig it as much as that. Yeah,
well, the hand's more.
yeah. Hey, I was young. I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't
You
know?
guys. Hands, elbows, I mean, what? I'm sorry.
We didn't have game like you.
I didn't have that
He
problem.
walks into the guitar and he's like, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I
lost.
was like,
Guy
what?
walks in. You walk into the guitar, we're done.
That's right.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. Especially when he's got the Zorro bandana on.
Right on. I thought you weren't going to tell anybody that.
And I would.
You let out my secret identity, man. Okay, that's right. I'm Zorro. I'm him.
But anyways, for the season finale, we're just closing things up and want to kind of introduce everybody that's been a part of the show and part of the. And we want to thank everybody for watching us and supporting Underground Brood. Please check them out. They've been a good support. Mr. G, check him out. Great guitar. He's supposed to be here tonight, but he's stuck in traffic, so maybe he'll come in about halfway through. But also back to Underground. The reason why we created the show was to allow a platform for the city, the community, to be able to come on and be able to speak their piece, speak their thoughts. And if you're shy, we'll work with you. It's a lot easier when you come on a show with somebody else, right, Carol?
Yes.
And to be able to have that introduction, and then what we did with you guys, we set a table off to the side, and when they had something to say, then we would go to them and allow them to have that grace to be able to slowly work themselves onto camera, so you're not just thrown right in front of the camera.
Right now, Sue and Gary
Yeah.
are coming back Monday.
Okay.
So
Be great to
they'll
see
be
Sue
back
and Gary.
participating whenever,
Yay.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And she
So-
said that she was happy to come home to old stomping grounds
Yes.
because she's been away for 2 months. So.
In Arkansas.
And she said it's a bit humid and hot down there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be excited to see Gary and Sue. And Adrian and Luke are vacationing right now. They are camping.
Taking a canoe trip up the river.
Yeah, it's
That was your clue.
what do they call that? Bro bonding.
Bro bond.
Yeah. So they're bro bonding this week. So, but we also want to include bartending 101 in this season finale. But we're gonna let you get drunk. We're gonna be sober.
I'm almost there because I've already drank twice as much as I have through any other show. So
No kidding. I know.
So,
not like anyone's helping or anything, right?
You're off the clock, right?
I am, and I'm not driving, so
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you for
Yes.
mentioning that.
Yes.
this is a short walk for me.
Thank you.
That's one of the great things about living downtown. Really, is that we can go out and enjoy the nightlife, to go up and down to all these shops, and we don't have to worry about driving.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is
really
nice.
neat thing. And
unless you
safer.
fall down or something, then you get
Ran
intoxication ticket.
Well, only if you got a job, they'll give you a ticket around here.
Yeah.
What kind
Yeah,
of
I-
nightlife is there in downtown Vancouver? I don't really know, even though I live in Vancouver. I don't
There's been quite a few new bars, restaurants opening up all up and down Main Street and the side streets. So you can literally just go from place to place, checking
Yeah.
it out. And
Heathen
and,
just opened a new place.
Heathen opened a great new
Yeah,
place
3
up
weeks
there.
open. They're doing really good.
It was I went up there 2 weeks ago and walked in the front door and couldn't get anywhere. And so it
Yeah.
was packed. They were full. That's the old rum bar.
Yeah, it's called Farrell. It's where Hula Boys used to be. Hula
I don't
Boys, and then it went to
know.
Rum Bar.
Yeah.
What streets?
It's on Washington.
Washington and
11th, 10th?
11th? It's
10th or
it's-
11th.
Yeah, about
Okay.
4 blocks up, 5 blocks up.
Okay.
It's kind of like the last bar on this side, last restaurant, until you get to Uptown.
You know how many bars?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I just have to
There's a
laugh.
certain route. There's actually a map on how to get.
we
to
all
these
stick
bars.
together. We really do. We support each other. And as
Yeah,
far as, because
it's
I'm
true.
with Brood. I'll let everybody know I'm with Brood. And when somebody new opens up, and we do a lot of Heathen beer in our place, and we've supported Heathen, and they've supported us, and everything we've done. They were at the
Dragon Boat.
Yep, the Dragon Boat Racing. They set up there and brought everything out for us. Wonderful guys. So anytime we always try to help them. I know that a new place opened Uptown Village. It's Thirsty Sasquatch, and so we've been supporting them. And just whenever somebody new opens, we try to help them get open. And just with the telling customers, hey, don't worry about, don't feel bad about going over there. We'll meet you there.
Yeah.
So and it's a downtown. That's how downtown is. Everybody works.
There's a
and
great
supports.
community support.
I was
to
going to say,
help
it's kind
local
of like
businesses.
this group here that created the FBTV Channel 11 video, or what would you call it?
Shows.
Streaming
shows
FETV.
and- yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, because this group came together and now we're very bonded. We care about each other. We like making these shows, and so that's what you're talking about here
Yeah.
downtown.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Mhm.
it's
It's
wonderful.
very much like that.
Wow.
And so we've been here for 3 years, and there's a level of comfortability with everybody and with the different places. And like I can say, well, I know he owns this area. What can we do over here? And people will come in and it's like, we're getting ready to do this. Oh, let us help you. Manpower, wood,
Yep.
whatever we can do. We'll make coffee. We'll give coffee that day. So we all try to do everything to improve the downtown. And I feel that
Yeah.
this show has done that.
Oh,
we brought
yeah.
on a lot of, try to bring people in that are, have their the story told.
Yeah.
So
Well, and what's happening is the smaller businesses, it seems like there's an attack on these smaller businesses. And that's what our goal is to help support these smaller businesses and to build them up and basically be a support for each other, because to have a small business and to make it thrive is really difficult with the environment that we have. They're always putting new taxes on stuff. It's hard to get alcohol license. You have to jump through all these hoops. There's a lot of bureaucratic.
they changed regulations a little bit. They changed the tax laws. You got to keep on your toes and you got to keep involved. And one of the things that like the Downtown Association really helps you know what's coming up, so you're not caught by surprise. So that's what I'm saying. That's another downtown thing.
Yeah.
We had probably 400 people over here at the Hilton for the Downtown Association, and that's where I found out we actually had a downtown police officer during the day. I hadn't seen one, except for the
Yeah.
guys that come in and get coffee. So it's like, oh, there actually is a cop down here. So, but anyway,
Let's give out the number, 360-693-7544. And please call in with any of your questions. This is a season finale, and we have Busting Fear on here with us. And also, I would like to get some other people up here, if we can, to come up and give a shout out. I can't see anybody out there right now. Lights are bright.
Who set these lights up? I can't see nothing.
Yeah.
They must have known what you were doing. They all got up and left.
Yeah, where'd everybody go?
Oh, yeah, we're the only ones here. Great.
There's still one out there who wants to come up. I
Well-
can see her out there.
I'll tell you, this is the first TV show I did. I got to give props to someone because I didn't know that they did that. We made fun of you until I actually came down and did it myself. But when I came on the show, we had a makeup girl that did the makeup.
Yeah, we
And
did.
we're lucky enough to have one of those.
So
in
you
the
guys were
audience
making
tonight.
fun of me?
Well, just a little bit.
Because of the makeup? Or
Remember when we called you Pretty Boy for about 2 weeks?
Was the
was
lipstick,
because of the
Mike.
makeup. I
No,
Because
knew
of the
it.
makeup.
no, it was the lipstick, Mike. It was the lipstick.
Lipstick is makeup. I'm not saying it was for the show.
That bright red just really went with you, man. I'm telling you.
That's lip gloss, not lipstick.
They told
Okay,
you it was
lip gloss, lip gloss. That was it.
So anyway, I thought that was really fun to do. You come in and they have you sit in the chair, and you're already kind of nervous anyway because you have
Yeah.
no idea. And Mike doesn't really tell you, hey, you want to come on the show tonight? I'm not sure what you'll be doing, but we'll clue you in later, which is 2 minutes before you go on. But you know, you're kind of nervous, and you sit down and they put makeup on you. It's kind of fun. I mean,
It was great.
Completed the experience.
That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Connie.
Well,
That was
remember Drop
awesome.
D? Afterwards, he's like, I'm not taking this makeup off for a couple days. He goes, man, it makes me look that much better.
It really did too,
It
didn't
did. It helped him.
Sure made me look better, I'm telling you. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
What are you yelling for?
Well, they were. Well, they were.
Bobby, they can't
The
do
beauty
any
school
better.
was supporting us until
Right.
they got to Bobby, and they were like, "Hey, we have to charge because we're using so much makeup." When it goes to Bobby. So, yeah, they had to get the 5-gallon bucket out.
Well, takes a lot of makeup to fill up a wrinkle, man, I'm telling you.
Well, I had two people tell me recently, "Oh, you look a lot younger," and I said, "It's the makeup. It's
Yeah,
the
That
makeup."
really does help. But anyways,
Kevin, I'm curious as to what is it that we spoke about tonight that you're also familiar
Something
with?
that I was listening to and interested is the in Europe, the underneath the ground.
CERN.
The CERN. Okay, so you're talking about how they sent it off. I can't remember what date it was, but they tested it and like nothing happened. You said it wasn't working. Well, there's been reports in different hot spots, and you talked about the energy spots and different hot spots of different energy changes that was causing problems with stuff. And so that's why I was like, oh man, I just was just listening about this, you know. So yeah, so some of the areas that you're hitting on, Mike and I talk about quite a bit of stuff like that. So I probably should go back and watch all your shows, is what I'm saying, because you guys
Or
probably
go
are
to
hitting right on something.
DivineDominoes.com and listen to the lectures by the people we let you know are putting out this
Sure.
information. We don't
Sure.
have time in a half-hour show
Exactly.
to disseminate this 4-hour lecture by these two different people. I mean, it's a lot of information, but we want to point you in a direction. And of course, I'll keep putting up more information on the website, so you guys that watch or anybody here can learn about these kinds of things. And I have over 1,000 items on that site, so there's a lot to explore.
I listened to a little radio show from Portland over here that touches on a lot of that stuff, and that's where I'll listen to it at night when I'm
Ground
working.
Zero?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I listened to that, and that they were talking about the what do you call it?
CERN.
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 Oh, I want to put an A at the
CERN.
end for some reason. I knew it was wrong.
Or Hadron Collider.
CERN.
CERN.
Everything sounds
CERN.
Italian to me.
Yeah, it's the Hadron Collider.
Yeah.
They're trying to
The
find the
collider.
God particle. Some people think there's a lot of danger in that they might create a black hole with that thing. But, you know, there's a lot of rumors, and we're never going to get to the truth because it's always hidden.
I just feel like when you can't get to the truth and it's hidden, it ain't gonna be good.
Well, here it is. If they create a black hole, hey man,
We're done.
the hiding's over.
See?
We're done. It's all good.
See,
season finale.
Yep.
See
And
you
if you
on
want
the
to
other
follow
side.
Carol Busting Fear, also go to FETV Stream or FETV11.org, and you can check out all the archived videos.
I will.
Yeah.
Now I got that show in the head. I'm like, I got to see this. So it's good.
Well, did you see the guy that talked about teleportation?
I was right here with talking to him.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right.
Yeah, that one's going viral right now.
Yes.
That was a good video.
Yeah.
Michael and I will be heading down to the Tesla conference. Real excited about that, and we're going to try to video our trip down and all the
You gonna wear a
exciting
GoPro the
things.
whole time?
I don't know if we'll.
Sleeping.
Yeah, no. That might be a good idea.
Might as well. Just 24-hour live.
Yeah, we'll mount it on the van so we can kind of give you guys an update on what's going on.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So
That's a great idea.
see Michael and I fighting out there on the side of the road.
Yeah, we're screwing each other.
So
you read the map then.
yeah. So anyways, what's your plans for the new season? Are you guys have any ideas for Underground for the new season? Have you and Adrian talked much about that?
We haven't talked too much about it. I was hoping to do some of the stuff that we talked about earlier about going to certain areas and or places and doing a little bit of recording so we can kind of mix it in with us live. So
Right.
we have footage of what we're talking about or whatever, So I think that'd be real interesting.
So are you going to do that along with Adrian? Go out and
Would love to,
video?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Take a,
So the community can kind of expect to see you and Adrian out
I believe
mixing
so.
it up with
Yeah,
the-
I don't see why not.
businesses.
I suggested that you talk with the president of the Gold Prospectors
Yeah.
Association here in Vancouver. And I would suggest that you do a video of him showing you how to do gold panning.
I say he takes us out there and shows us
That's what
where
I'm
the
saying.
gold's at.
That would
We
be-
keep what we find.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
And
gonna
then we'll
work.
just show on the thing. We could talk about it. We could show all the winnings.
Yeah. And then we'll tell everybody to go down to like California or something.
A little misdirection.
Yeah, misdirection.
Right,
I
right.
found it 50 feet on that side of the oak tree.
Kevin, have you seen that show? I think it's on the Learning Channel, Booze Traveler. He was a fellow that had a bar in Boston, and so what he does, he travels around different parts of the country, and I think it's on the Learning Channel, and different parts of the world. And he really digs into how they make their special drinks and brews. It could be from wine to special cocktail or something. And he finds out about the history and the environment. And actually, one time he went to Japan, and these guys have to sleep on the premises. Every hour and a half, they have to be woken up and stir this stuff. Every hour and a half. They have no life.
That's dedication.
Yeah, that's dedication. And so he showed these guys, and they had a little chat. But what's very interesting is that he goes into the background, the history of the drink, what created it, and the community and the people. For instance, he was in Iceland, and at 10 o'clock it was like daylight. And the people are out on the street drinking, talking, having a good time, because that's how you keep warm in Iceland. But it was very, very interesting. And I was just kind of suggesting that possibly to Adrian and Luke. I don't know if that'd be interest to you, but I mean, this is what you do. That might be interesting.
Yeah. You know what we could do is we could go in and then. But this is how I would handle it.
Send them to Iceland.
I would go in, and I would say, "I like that. Can I have another?" And that'd be about the end of my. Thanks for showing up. I'm gonna start my second pint now, and I found one I liked. Yeah, not much education on anything. So.
Or you just follow Adrian around after he does some drinking.
Yeah.
That'd be a show in itself.
There you go. They got that in Japan, where they wait for people to come out of the bars and they just follow them home. Follow them walking down the street. It's a funny show, but yeah.
Adrian is a complete, probably 7 season. Yeah, every day.
7 season what?
7 season show.
What does that mean?
Well, that means 7 different seasons. So we'd have one season to be like 12 shows. Next season would be another 12 shows.
We could run for like 7 years.
7 years
just
off
his-
just watching, following Adrian.
Oh,
see,
After
see,
he gets done drinking,
if
just
they
follow
followed me
around.
home after drinking, I'd be a pilot. You'd sign him up for 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't do much. Next,
Yeah.
What about you,
Sure.
Mike? What
Well,
are you thinking?
I'm thinking that we would need to get some more shows, and that's what I want to give out to the community. If you guys have a show that you want to try to bring on, just come down to the station, call us, and we'll tell you the criterias. We'll help you try to facilitate whatever show you want to get out there. Yeah, we just need to create more shows that really highlights the community.
Sure.
And so that's kind of the goal for FETV, is to create more shows.
I know that a lot of time when I'm doing coffee and I'm talking about the show, and people are like, "What? There's a TV show from Vancouver." You know, they don't know, and I'm like, "Yeah, you got to check it out. We got a lot of different shows."
Yeah.
And so, you know, I talk about it that way, you know, just so that, hey, there's more than one show. You need to check it out. And then,
Right.
and so I'm always asking, well, if you got anything interesting, you know, let us know. Maybe we can get you on. We can do something with you. So you put it out
Yeah.
there, you know.
And we got some great entertainers. Donnie, man, awesome. We had him when we tried to start that pilot show of the news in the morning. Man, that was rough. We were here at 6:30 in the morning trying to get things going. And you know, at 6:30 in the morning, man, your bearings are not really all there. And there were so many misspelled words. Car bombster. We were trying to interpret that for a while, and couldn't find out it was a car bomber. And so, yeah, so you guys can go back to FETV and watch all those bloopers. But we had Donnie come on, and he did such a great job. And then he did a blooper on the side because he followed up on all the misspelled words, and he just made a whole nother show out of it. Just great guy. So we want to try to get a news show that will create news that is nobody else is talking about.
Sure.
So everybody's talking about, it's like everybody parrots the same message over and over. You turn to Fox, CNN, they're all parroting the same thing, maybe a little bit of a twist, but they're parroting the same thing. Why don't we come up with our own analysis of what's happening, you know, as a community, and try to come up with our own solution, our own ideas, instead of listening to what these people are directing us to go in. And so that's kind of the idea of starting the news show. And The Insider with Michael Petrovich, we're talking about doing, creating another show called The Insider, which is talking about these hierarchies that are basically, they look at us as animals. And they're kind of directing us in a path that they think we're dumb. They think we're like animals. So they create this false matrix, and they kind of direct it where they want us to go, while them themselves are exempt from this false reality. So we want to be able to expose that with facts and pinpoint where they're trying to do this, and try to wake people up so they can actually make their own destiny in life. They can control their own life instead of these people controlling their lives.
That's what I was going to say. I think people are so controlled, so they don't even see what's going on. You can't wake them up.
Right.
And if you mention any truth, real truth,
They get mad.
Yeah, they're offended. They're
Yeah.
mad at you. They scoff at you like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just got to wake up and really pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it's like the what do they call that? The Kansas City, where they got you looking here and they're
Yep.
doing something over here.
Yep.
You know?
Who was that? The Kansas City Shuffle?
Yep.
Or something like that?
Oh yeah, I pull a movie reference every day. You know that.
This guy has a phenomenal mind with references to movies.
That movie is from Red, with Bruce Willis.
Who else?
Kansas City, huh?
Who else? John
Girl?
Malkovich.
Oh yeah. There's
Helen
a lot of it in
Mirren.
that one. Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Bring it on. Bring your movie trivia on.
Oh, I just give little bits and pieces. I can't give you the
Ran
whole
a
thing.
video store for 15 years, man. If it's 80s, 90s, and 2000s, I got you covered.
We call him the
Showdown.
dancing baristo.
He is the awesome. He is.
I don't usually dance until after the fourth shot, but you know,
But that's impressive.
Yeah.
it is. I told Mike, come in with the camera. You got to check my footwork out.
Yeah, we were going to set up cameras down on the floor and up above so we can catch
His foot, Mike, his foot.
multiple angles. Yeah. And he does take tips.
But no,
So, anyways,
yeah, dance tips, please. But what we're talking about, the waking up, and I would love to see downtown Vancouver wake up to some of this stuff that we're bringing up,
Yeah.
and get involved with it rather than turn the blind eye. Follow the drones. It's like we're drones. You're talking about
Yeah.
how they're moving us like this. I feel like we're just worker drones. Everybody gets in line and they work and here to start and back home and waiting to do it the next day.
Yeah.
Waiting for instructions.
Yeah.
You know, drones. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
wake
Well,
up.
I want to bring up another point, and this is talk about waking up the community. We had an undercover cop sitting out here in Washington, pulling people over, standing outside his vehicle, pulling people over, giving them one ticket after another. Because right here on is it 6th and Washington, right here?
Yes.
You cannot take a left between 7 and 9.
8 and 9.
Yeah. And so he's just standing there pulling people over, and an undercover cop. Well, that's illegal, people. It's totally illegal. You need to look up your rights, because it is the Washington law is designed to protect you from people basically falsifying or pretending that they're cops and pulling you over. That this law is protect you from those type of people. And here, this guy is actually pulling people over. Well, I called 911, and they're going, "Well, we do this all the time." And I go, "I know, and it's illegal underneath this statute, this law." And they're going, "Well, let us get a hold of somebody. Just hold on a second." So I watch. They called the cop. He got on his radio, gets in his car, and takes off. She goes, "Well," I go, "it's a little too late now." I said, "I wanted a city officer down here to write this guy up for falsify, because I don't know if he's a cop or not, but have this guy checked
How
out."
about a black and white? How about
Exactly.
the Downtown Vancouver Association police officer?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that? How about him?
And so now the guy took off, so now I can't get anybody to follow up on this. But now I'm mad enough to where I'm going to follow through, because I think it's absolutely wrong. They gave one guy a $1,000 ticket, just writing all these people. And people, you don't have to pull over. If there's a if there's a guy there with an undercover cop with no markings, don't pull over. You are setting yourself up. And so anyways, the next time it happened, I called up again, called 911. Well, the captain called me. I think it was a captain or a representative of the captain. And he goes, "Well, we do this all the time. We can pull anybody over. The parking meter person can pull them over as a traffic." I go, "Oh, so you're saying the parking meter lady can write a traffic ticket?" He goes, "Well, that's not what I'm saying." I'm going, "Well, that's what it sounds like what you're saying. You're pulling these people over. This guy clearly doesn't have any markings on his car that he is a police officer, and he's pulling people over just on the pure presence that he's got his lights on. That's it." And so went into, I go, "What if your wife was being pulled over out in the middle of the country with just flashing lights, no markings on the car? Would you have her pulled over?" He goes, "Well, I'd have her call 911. Okay, now you just broke the law, because now you're on the phone driving." He goes, "Well, you're wasting my time." And
You
he
did
goes,
pull over. That's failure to listen to a police officer.
Yeah.
You're on the phone.
"Yeah." So basically, I haven't seen the guy out here after.
Well, Monday, the Monday after the 4th, he had the unmarked car out there, had 5 cars pulled over all at once.
Yeah.
Wow.
He whistled 5 cars over and walked up and wrote tickets to all 5 of them.
People, you need to fight it. If you're listening, you get pulled over, get a ticket, fight it, because that guy is completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like
he
to
needs
add-
to be written up.
I'd like to add something about how we're programmed by watching TV shows where the policemen come in and they start questioning the person that they think is the perpetrator. Do you know there is no law requiring that you speak a word to any police officer ever?
Yeah.
If they ask you questions, you are not required to answer anything they ask you.
Because of the Miranda.
Yeah, and they can lie to you
Yes? Yes.
to get you to say anything
yes,
they want.
they can lie.
And
yes.
they have no standards.
Right.
I mean, it's all out the window when if they try to get a confession or
Yeah.
trying to get you to agree on what they're saying.
And everybody goes, well, there's some good cops. Yeah, there is some good cops, but how come those good cops are not confronting the bad cops? Why aren't they?
I don't think they're allowed to.
There's a brotherhood.
I don't think they're
That
allowed
you
to.
don't
Well,
cross.
to me-
it's got to be the colonel.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be the guy ahead of them that takes care of that group. You can't do internal. I've asked one of the officers that get coffee there, and he said pretty much he he's trying to keep his eyes forward, his nose clean, so he doesn't get in trouble because there's a lot of conflict going on. So he didn't want to. In fact, when the undercover police officers on the plainclothes came in for a meeting, they all left. All the other police officers, they wouldn't even be in the same room with them. They didn't want to hear what they were talking about.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more to it than I'm sure what we're thinking,
Yeah.
you know. But it's probably scary for him too.
Well, as citizens, we need to back each other up. Not say, well, you know, I'm just going to be quiet, not do anything, because your time's coming also, where they're going to pick on you, and you're going to wish somebody would stick up for you. So we need
Yeah.
to be voices and voice our opinions and not be cowards and sit back. If they're going to be that blatant right in front of me, I have to say something. Now, I'm not going to go and try to stir up problems, but if it's right in front of me, I'm going to say something.
Sure.
So,
I
And-
believe you are not required to sign the ticket either to accept it.
If you don't sign it, they tell you that you go to jail.
Is that what they tell you? But is
Yes.
that the
Yep.
truth?
I don't know. I've always signed it
yeah,
because I don't want
that'd
to
be
go to
good.
jail.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. Maybe it's not true.
Maybe not. Yeah, that'd be something good to look up.
I need to speak up here. I was 17 years old. I did that one time. Sign the ticket. You sign the ticket, you will go to jail. They will take you down to the pokey and put you in, and they did. And next time I signed my ticket.
Because you can always fight it with the judge, but
Yeah.
I don't think you should have to sign that thing. If
Well, and the other thing is, if they say, "Do you understand?" say, "Don't," because it's a trick question. I was reading in a law book. They said, "Never agree to that you understand," because understand in their terms is, "Do you understand? Do you come underneath this allegation? Do you stand underneath it? So this allegation has precedence over you." Don't ever agree with it. No.
So what you're
so
saying
then,
is-
and they'll do a trickery, and they'll go, "So you say you don't understand?" You're like, "No, I don't understand. You just don't agree with that word."
The reason is because they're speaking the language of the law.
Yeah.
And you're speaking English.
Yes.
You don't understand because you don't understand the language of the law.
That's right, it's a different language.
It's a
Yep.
totally different language.
Yeah.
So for instance, in tax court, you can't go into tax court and argue constitutional law. You have to argue tax law.
sure.
You have to know the language. And
Yeah.
we're not attorneys, we're not lawyers, which actually means liar.
Why is
We
our
don't know.
laws so complicated where we have to have a professional deal with it?
Or a team of
Why
professionals.
don't we go back to the Ten Commandments? Just make it simple.
Yes, amen.
That's pretty simple.
Well, I think what the problem is that you're always going to get the backbiters, the people that are trying to sneak something through, and that's where the laws come in. And it's like, well, Section A, Paragraph B, blah blah blah, and you're reading through. You get so tired of reading it, you're never going
Yeah.
to understand at the end what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
So they do it for confusion, and
Yeah.
they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes, you know. And like you said, just don't agree to nothing.
Yep.
When my lawyer gets here, he'll tell me what's going on.
Yeah, but that one key word, just never agree to that, understand, because that means you're standing under that allegation.
Do they still do?
I can comprehend what you're saying, but I'm not going to understand.
Right.
I follow the direction you're leading, but I do not understand.
Do they
Carol.
still, when you go to court, do they still make you swear on the Bible
No,
and the truth thing?
not like that.
What is it they used to show on TV shows? The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help
Yeah.
you God, or something like. They don't do that anymore in courts.
Yeah.
Not on Judge Judy.
They
Yeah.
don't
No, I'm
do it.
talking about a trial.
Oh, I have no idea.
Where you're supposed to stand
I
up
don't
and,
know.
witness,
I
and
don't
if
think
you
it's
had
a
to.
prerequisite anymore.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think that fell into the category of separation of church and state, and somebody
Oh, okay.
had a problem with it, so they changed
Okay.
it.
No, it's the Betty Crocker cooking book.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's Betty Crocker, dude. Come on.
So season finale. If anybody wants to be a part of FETV, please contact us at 360-693-7544. Also contact us through FETV11.org, and we can help you out. Get on video, get on streaming. We're actually looking to start putting some more of our content back on the public access stations in Portland, and yeah,
Excellent.
we're trying to grow here. And
It's really weird that the phone hasn't rang once because you're so pretty. I figured everybody be calling. All the girls like,
Purdy.
yeah, you so pretty.
It's because I didn't put the lip gloss on.
Oh, we didn't have the makeup.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty shabby. Right there.
Here,
Hey,
here.
what's going on back there in the
Let me
whisper
see.
room?
Yeah, the ladies are
girls
not
are acting
communicating to
up.
us. Yeah, they're all goofing around back
They're on a
there.
party,
There
Mike.
they are.
There they are.
You're
When
out
I'm
of
back
there,
there,
man.
yeah, when I'm back there, it runs very tight. It's a tight ship.
The cats are running rampant, buddy.
Can't hear her.
She said that was a false statement.
It's a false statement.
Yes, I'm not sure what she was talking about, but that was a
Yeah, I
false.
That was a
False
false
statement of what?
Something
saying
about
it's a
the
tight
shi-
ship?
The yeah, I think maybe the rats jumping off the ship was closer. What's that? Oh, yeah.
How come she can hear? You can hear her and I can't. You gotta change my channel,
I didn't.
Rebecca.
I didn't know you could change your channel.
And I cannot hear her.
She said, "I am
Rebecca.
magical and you are not."
Oh, okay.
So
Maybe it's because there's more
It's
earwax
all
in this
about
one.
that magic.
Either she can't hear you or she's just really happy to be here.
Yeah. So please call in 360. What's the phone number again? Ginger.
7554.
693-7544.
Usually I have Adrian here and he has it memorized. Once again.
360-693-7544.
Okay.
We're
Thank
an hour and
God.
15 in,
Yeah.
she says. Did you hear that one?
What's that?
We're an hour and 15 in.
Oh, we went over.
We went overtime.
No,
Right.
ours was half hour of that
Yeah.
show.
I'm just telling you what she said.
Okay.
Whisper room, is that correct? 115.
So we got another 15 minutes. So please call in, help the show. How many viewers back there, Rebecca? And please call in while she's telling me this. 360-693-7544. We're going viral. Thank you.
Thanks for both of them
Yeah.
watching.
Yep.
We got
Thank you for the
10.
2 people watching. We're going viral. And the 2 people watching are in our audience.
4 in the audience.
Yeah, we do have a big audience tonight. We do have a big audience.
They're watching and streaming.
Man,
from
we
the
really
audience.
know how to bring them in.
Do you
Don't
guys have a cell phone? Can you call in, Mike's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
But I'm a little
Oh, my
upset
God.
because I've got 5 sisters, only 2 people are watching. I got something to talk about on Sunday dinner. Girls, my sisters, they support
Yeah.
me in everything I do.
Yeah. Not everything.
Not this, Billy,
Yeah,
right?
obviously,
Did you get together with your
Bet.
sisters like once a month or and
Oh,
chat or
we have a lot of family get-togethers, and this is what we do. We do the normal, holidays. We'll get together, whether it's not on the holiday but close. But they decided that they were going to celebrate everybody's birthday, and I'm talking about. So I got my sisters and spouses and nieces and nephews, and if I don't see them twice a week, we got a lot of birthdays. A lot of people in our family. June is hard.
June?
We combine them by 3 or 4. So this week we're having a birthday party for these 4 people.
Okay.
Next week we're gonna have it for these 4 people. I mean, So yeah, I see my family a lot just for birthday parties. So
Well, that's nice.
yeah, we got a big family. We're all within 3 miles of each other. So
Oh, that's nice.
And
So,
you wear the
you know
clown
the-
suit, right?
so the moral to this story is if you're going to plan a big family, time it to where the children are born right about the same month, right? You don't want to spread out all through the year.
not unless you want to see your family all year long, every week, every 2
Yeah.
weeks. I mean, that's great though.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I think, what's the good mating season? About January, February, maybe March?
We were trying to figure
So
that
March,
out.
so you get right into the winter time, so you can celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, and birthdays all at the same time.
So what I'm understanding, according to
This thing is just not
You're
hat
on
right.
it, buddy. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
what you do is
Don't quit
it's the
your day
winter time.
job.
So because it's cold and everything, you're
Yeah.
snuggling, and then you have your kids about 9 months later. So
Yeah.
October,
Yep.
September.
Yeah, and then she has her break, and then ready for March again. See? Get that timing down, man. So,
Okay.
Wow.
Ladies, what- you
we're
wanna
going to
throw
start a
in on this
show.
one?
We're going to start a show called Breeding 101 next season.
Are we gonna call
Well,
it? We're gonna cover the hows, wins, and whys. Do I have to really?
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be a fun show
Yes, it
for about
was.
3 weeks.
yeah. No, that's a monthly show, I think. No, we'll just have it through January through March during that breeding season, so we can
During
kind
the
of
breeding
coach
season.
everybody.
So what? We'll get signs up, kind of like the hunting season signs
Yeah,
for the breeding season.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we just digressed. Please call in 360-693-7544.
Coming around
Uh,
that corner for that
yeah.
train wreck.
Wish Gary would call in. That'd be
Who?
nice. Gary.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And Mr. G hasn't got here yet. I thought he'd just come walking in.
Maybe we locked him out. Did somebody lock the door?
No, that's wide open up there. You know.
So, another show that we thought about is the hugging show. We found out there's a whole science to hugging.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think rather than having a whole show, maybe have segments. So you could have like, because it gets creepy after 20 seconds hugging somebody. So the show might
Well,
be short.
Yeah. Well,
She was kicked off of America's Got Talent.
I seen that. I seen that.
who's that?
A lady was a professional teaching
Hugger?
people how to hug.
Yeah.
She was kicked off.
For hugging?
Well, they let her go through for the second time, and after the second time, they voted her off.
So the lady in
Oh.
Portland that does you can just like pay for a half an hour and you lay down and they hug you?
Is that prostitution?
No. It's
Oh,
cuddling.
cuddling.
It's
Cuddling.
cuddling.
Oh, okay.
Hugging, cuddling. They cuddle with you. So if you're missing something in your life and you just need a cuddle, you just go lay down and they'll cuddle with you. But anyway, they're on America's Talent Show, right?
I don't know if that was her.
It was.
It was?
Yeah,
It
that was
the
her.
same lady?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was in the paper, and so I watched it the next night.
Oh,
That's when she
okay.
got kicked off. Yeah.
So is there a difference between cuddling and hugging?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cuddles
You-
laying down, hugs and standing up.
You know
right?
what, Mike? You're looking a little empty over there. Do you need a cuddling?
At least a hug.
I don't like that tone. So I'll say no.
I'm telling you, you look empty.
I'm going to my happy place. That's where I'm going.
Did you see America's Got Talent when they were in Portland?
No.
Oh, they show the Keep Portland Weird. I really liked the air guitar guys. They were hilarious. I was hoping they would win, but they got voted off too.
Oh.
Yeah, air guitar.
I only
were
watched
good.
that show that night because I'd seen in the paper about that lady from Portland.
Oh.
So I wanted to see what she was doing.
Oh, okay.
Seemed creepy to me.
I'm kind of wanting to see if Dixie can read my palm.
Oh, let's do that. Oh, and
Could
here's
you do
another
that,
thing
Mel?
on the show. We were
Yeah.
talking
She
while
can
you were
do
getting
that.
ready. She has to mentally prepare herself
Yeah.
because she has to get
But
connect.
if there's anything weird, just keep it on the down low.
Are you gonna have sparks? Anyway, we were talking about shows to do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I want to do like a eating show, you and me and whoever, and just all the different places around, and let them do their dishes,
Yeah.
and we can test dishes.
Yeah. I think we were already doing that, weren't we?
We started
Do you
to,
need me
because
get my
yeah.
phone
we
later?
didn't have enough
Oh,
eggs and
Do you
stuff.
want to? Maybe you should sit there and I can reach over like that, so you're facing the cameras because they got that on the back of your head.
True.
Or maybe.
We
Yeah,
could
yeah,
trade
yeah.
chairs.
We'll
If
sit
I
right
move
here.
here, then you guys can do
There you
this
go.
way.
There
you
it
go.
is. There it
This
is.
is fine.
Getting
There
to
you
set
go.
it down.
First of all, you want to see my palm first?
Do you want me to get my
Close up.
phone?
No hidden cards.
Yeah, there's
No,
no,
nothing
cards
under the
here.
sleeves.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna do his heart lines.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
He's got a glove
So,
on.
I'm
so while
going-
she, oh, go ahead.
I'm going to look at his heart lines, and anyway, that's.
We got a phone call?
We have a phone call.
Okay, we got a phone call real quick.
All right.
So go ahead and answer it.
Do this.
Hit the red. Yeah, hit speaker or red. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, hello.
Rebecca, hang the phone up. Hello, caller. Caller, can you hear us?
Huh?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
What's your name, caller?
Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, Sandra.
How are you?
Are you one of our two viewers?
Yeah, I'm watching you on my computer.
How you doing, Sandra?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Where you been?
Just finishing school.
Okay.
So I was listening to your show a little bit ago. Two things. One about getting pulled over.
Yeah.
And I got pulled over recently in downtown Vancouver.
Oh, really? On Washington?
Yeah, in Washington and downtown.
By undercover cop?
No, by a regular cop, and I got a ticket.
Did he ask for your phone number?
I had to fight it because I bought a car in Oregon, and my car has Oregon tags on it. And so they told me that, well, I've gotten two different stories. One story was that if you buy a car in Oregon and you have like a permit tag in Washington, that not an undercover cop. Anyways, I can't watch your show now because I can hear myself echoing. But anyway, it was really confusing because the sheriff actually told me that when you buy a car in Oregon and they give you a permit with your car, they have to give you a Washington state one. You can't have an Oregon one.
Yes.
Are you talking about the temporary permit until your license come in?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
That's not true?
it is true. You
That
have
is-
to
I don't
have
know if it's true or
Washington-
not,
when you
but
buy a car
anyways,
in Oregon, you have to come here with that paper, even though they have a nice expiration on it.
We're getting an answer here. Just a second, Sandra.
You have to take
Yeah,
that
yeah.
paper from Oregon because it just happened to me and goes straight to DMV in Washington.
Connie, can you come up here and sit in body spot? Please, just come up here and explain that, please.
Oh my
'Cause
gosh.
we have somebody here that it
I
just
don't even
happened
know
to.
how light.
Right there. Talk
Yeah,
to
just
talk
sit
to
right there.
Dennis. Yeah. You got
Actually, Actually, you can
Sandra?
take Bobby's spot.
Sandra,
Yeah, yeah.
do you still have your Oregon plates, the temporary?
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm getting my tags tomorrow, but I know when I go to court, I'll win.
Did you get a ticket for that?
I got a ticket, yes.
I just bought a car in Oregon last week, and they gave me temporary that expires on Saturday. So I went to the DMV yesterday in Washington to get my new license plates, and I said, "Can I wait till Saturday?" And he said, "That's not even valid in the state of Washington." He goes, "You have to."
Okay.
So he
So
told me
that's
I
the
was supposed,
thing.
and the people I bought it from, the dealership, the used car lots, did not tell me that I have to go straight to the DMV in Washington
Right.
and get a piece of paper, and you probably have to pay, I bet you, at least $15 to get an extension here until you're ready to buy your tags and your new license plates. And so I
It's
got lucky and I
$30
didn't get
for
pulled
3
over.
days.
$30 for 3 days.
Oh, I saved $30. I just went ahead and went, I'm paying it. And I got my new license plates yesterday.
Well, my car wouldn't pass emissions.
But the people in Oregon need to tell people that you need to go straight to the DMV in Washington and either
Yeah.
get the 3-day or buy your plates right away.
Uh-huh.
There's always been a problem between buying cars in Oregon and bringing them to Washington.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems. Another problem is that people from Oregon move to Washington and they don't change their license plates. And so they get tickets when they're heading to Oregon to work if they have Oregon plates and living in Washington.
Yeah.
But the thing is that people don't want to have to pay sales tax on a vehicle when they come over to Washington from Oregon. And so that's why they're watching for that and giving big tickets out for it.
I think you probably will fight that and win.
You fight it, I think you'll win too.
Because you had
Yeah,
no clue.
I know.
No,
I
had
will,
no
but
idea.
I just,
I got lucky and didn't
yeah,
get pulled
it's just
over.
kind of irritating.
I missed all the cops in downtown this whole week with that paper in my car.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how much was the ticket for that?
It was like almost $500.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I
Because
definitely
I got
go in.
so lucky.
Yeah, Chris got one. Not only because he made that
I
left-hand
couldn't
turn,
believe how much it was for.
$1,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're hurting
it's
for money.
Insane.
That's a lot of money for
I would
a
I would
paper
fight
problem.
that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that really isn't my problem. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. That's not good.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sandra.
Communi-
I would
Communication.
call the delership up where you came from and
I did, and I actually took my car back there because it had a check engine light, and so I took it back there,
Wow.
and I explained to him what the people, over here, the sheriff told me, and he's like, "Oh, I've never had that problem before."
he probably wouldn't tell if he had though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And I
probably
was
wouldn't
like,
have
"What?"
confessed that to you.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's what happened.
Do you like the car?
Gave it back.
Yeah, I love my car. It's a 16, so I get really good gas mileage.
Well, at least you like your car, so.
Yeah. I got a really good deal on my car, but not such a good deal if I have to pay a ticket now.
No, it's not.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling. Do you have any other questions, Sandra?
No, and I know that, and there was another comment about when you go to court, you still have to get sworn in.
Oh, you do?
Yes, you do. If you're going to go up and testify or stand before the judge, yes.
Do they do it on the Bible still?
They don't do it on the Bible. You have to hold your hand up.
Gotcha.
So you still have to do that.
Any ideas for future shows?
Oh, there's tons. I'm getting ready to graduate from medical assisting school, and a lot of the laws for testing have changed quite a bit over the past couple of years. So you should do a show on that. How the medical field is regulating all the different kinds of certifications for people to work in the medical industry. Very interesting.
It is. We could almost do a show on just the law changes. What laws have changed in the last year? You know what I'm saying? That could bring people up to date. This is the law you might think.
We need a lawyer.
And this is
for
what
that.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there was, when you go take your certification, especially now, there's people that have been medical assistants for years that have never been certified, that work in the medical office or a hospital or whatever. And over the past, I don't know how long it's been, you have to have a certification to get employed now.
Do you think it's overregulated or
I
underregulated?
do, and I think that they need to really do some fine tuning on the testing, and because it seems like the test is so wide ranged of all different kinds of different areas, and some of it's for nurses and some of it physicians would do. It's pretty, it's all over the place. So
Yeah, we definitely need to do some stuff like that. Do some of the changes.
Yeah.
Bring it up so people know.
well, and a lot of it, Washington State seems to have more strict laws than Oregon. We've had people from Oregon come to our school and are taking courses to take the NCCT. So, yeah, it's really interesting.
Is it just easier to get that license in Oregon then?
It sounds like it. It sounds like it's easier in Oregon than it is Washington. But I'm not 100% sure, just from what I've heard from other people that I go to school with.
Huh. Interesting. You got anything else for us, Sandra?
No, that was just it. I thought it was interesting what you guys are talking about the police and stuff.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned, because Dixie's going to read my palm.
What?
Yeah, she's going to read my palm right now.
She's going to tell them which direction to go in life.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
All right.
I just hope she doesn't push on the P line, because I got to go.
I don't have to.
Don't push the P line.
Well, thanks for calling, Sandra.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, your show's really interesting as we're watching here. Watching with my daughter here.
Which one?
Annalise?
Hi, Annalise.
Amanda?
Just Annalise is there?
Hi. Yeah, Annalise is here, yeah.
Hi, Annalise.
She says hi.
All right.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Yeah. Well, have a good show. Rest of your show, you guys.
All right. Thank you,
You're
Sandra.
doing a good job. Mm-hmm. Okay.
See you later.
Bye.
Hit speaker. There you go.
That's the right one. Okay.
Okay,
So you just read both of them?
I'm looking at the Heartline. That's
Oh, okay.
the important
That's very
line.
strong, I know.
It's tells a lot about your personality.
Okay.
Okay. So.
It's tender. It's a tender heart.
Well, okay, this is.
I'm trying to help her.
Don't help her. Don't help her.
Well,
We know what you think. We want to know what
Yeah.
she thinks.
Let me help you out here, Dixie. It's sweet and tender.
How about if I have other words for
Oh,
it?
okay.
All right. The heart line is the line right under the fingers. Okay, there are the main lines are the heart line. Those are the ones right under, that's the one right under the fingers. There's the head line, which is kind of the middle and goes across the hand.
Does she have a microphone?
Oh, you don't have a microphone.
We can't hear you.
Okay,
Oh,
hold
can't
on,
hear?
hold on.
All right.
Here we
Here,
go.
you know what? I'm gonna hold this right in front of her.
Okay. All right. The heart line here, the heart line is under the fingers. Then the head line is sort of in the middle of the hand. It goes from, what would you call it, the right side of the hand over to either the middle or all across the hand. And then the lifeline is the one that goes around the thumb.
Which one's the love line?
No, it's
the-
lifeline.
Oh, I thought.
Well, I need the love line. Where's that?
Yeah, Mike's looking for the love line.
No, there isn't a love line. Sorry. Okay.
I got one.
So
I got an extra one over
So
here.
the heart line here is it's kind of interesting because it goes up to this finger, which is
The heart transplant.
Oh.
Right there.
it's
keeps going.
it's a line that it talks about that what would I call this? Hold on a second.
Don't worry about hurting his feelings. Just blurt it out.
Be gentle.
Okay, well, you like to connect with people.
Get the roll of paper
And
towels.
I can't remember the title of that particular title, but anyway, you like to connect with people. You hate disconnect. In other words, you don't like it when other people want to disconnect from you. But I give people advice. It's okay because they shouldn't. It's not good to be around those people. So let them go. You like to share. You give too much. And your gift is sensitivity. Like you can feel other people to the point where you can sometimes feel their pain. If they are, they have a lot of pain, you can actually feel that they feel pain. So it's a gift, but not a real great gift sometimes.
It's a burden sometimes.
Yeah.
A gift with a burden. Mike.
Yes. Now it's kind
It's a
of
hard life.
it's kind of wanting to pull. It's not like going like this up to the finger. It's trying to pull over towards this finger. Now I'm going to tell you. Whoops, sorry.
So on this
Ab-
one,
About this hand.
so that means I have two lives.
No.
Like you.
No,
like
now
to pull
this
your
this
finger.
heart line does the same thing, except that it comes a lot closer to this finger here, which means that you've got two things going, two different heart lines going. Okay, and this one is we call it a Gina heart line, which is like Gina Lola Brigida, which a lot of people don't know because she used to be. I think she was an Italian actress, passion, excitement, way, way back. Okay, so passion, excitement, get bored easily, like things done your way, and your and your gift is
Very giving.
well. Remember the
Up to that
nurturing.
point, anybody standing behind you ordering the tea would
I'm
have known that.
standing now. Because it's
Now-
starting to get deep.
Now remember the nurturing heart line. This one over here.
Remember that I'm nurturing.
Yes. But there's this other part of you that, and you
That's
have a
the word I was
vivaciousness
looking for.
about you where people like to be around you and they invite you to parties. Okay? So you've got two things going. You like to take care of people, but then there's that other part of you that really likes to party. And you like to sort of be the center of attention. And that isn't bad. Okay?
So you're a future
She
politician.
is so wrong.
So anyway, there
Can we
you
take a
go with your
poll?
heart
Mike
line.
says, you had me at party. Why do we have to keep going?
And am I wrong that you don't like to party?
Yeah, get out of
That
that
doesn't
one.
mean just get drunk.
Get out of that
No,
one,
no, no,
Mike.
that means
Yeah, I like to
party, have a
party.
good
Yeah,
time.
that's-
Yeah, you like to
yeah.
party. All right.
I like to party.
So anyway, those are your heart lines. If I
Okay.
were going to do your fingerprints, then that would take quite a bit of time. So
Okay.
we won't do that.
So now you have to do both hands to figure out the heart line.
Well,
Is that how that works?
the heart line can be the same on both hands, but quite often it's not. So you've got two different parts of you that's working.
It's
there.
balanced, yin and yang, right and left,
Okay.
But
continuation of the heart.
But the problem is that, you know, your vivaciousness and you want things done your way can really conflict with that you want to take care of people. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it can. So there can be some conflict there.
So what you're saying? There's two dogs fight inside me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
dog.
Movie quote, movie quote.
Coyote and a wolf.
Anyway, that's part of hand analysis, so thank
A
you.
chihuahua and a douche.
Yeah. Thank you, Dixie.
That was awesome. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I got a dog in the fight.
I
It's a
had
chihuahua.
Me too. I got Pomeranian. Rat dog.
That's vicious.
Oh, they are.
Well, shoot.
I'd have you do mine, but when you said there was no love line, I already knew that about myself, so no love.
Now in nurturing it's not a technically a love line. However, you really like people and you take care of them. And so in a sense it's kind of like a love.
Here, I'll hold it for you.
Does it say whether he was raised by his mom on there?
No.
Just curious.
No.
Please don't talk about all the lotion.
There's another
Well, you got
part.
soft hands.
Yeah.
There's another part
Lot of
that.
alone time.
But I'll tell you about that another time.
Yeah.
Oh, the show.
All right.
Yeah, we're digressing pretty fast here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dixie. So you might want to hold on to that.
That's yours.
Yeah.
I'd rather you just hold it for her, Mike. That'd be awesome.
What some of you may not know about Michael Fisher, our fearless leader, is that he was a pastor for 5 years at a church. And I have witnessed that heart and that shepherdness in his being and his attitude. And he has a very nurturing, caring energy for us here that work at the station. And I just want to say how much I appreciate him still allowing that part of him to still manifest for us.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you pastor, you really figure out what your calling is. And that was not my calling. Yeah,
We know
because
what your
I was
calling
either going to
is,
kill
Mike.
them or they were going to kill me. It's
We know what your
it's
calling is.
Then I realized
You're a
okay,
hugger.
Yeah, I'm a hugger.
You're a hugger.
Yeah.
I can tell.
So, you guys may not know this, but I used to be a youth minister for like a month and a half. And I thought I was.
Seemed like 5 years, huh?
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. So you didn't make the 90-day probation period.
A month and a half.
Yeah,
Anyway,
okay.
so I did the hugging thing, but we called it sugar time, and I think maybe that was just a little too much for the reserved Christian atmosphere that sugar time, hug everybody and stuff, and have the choir come down.
Yeah.
Come on, girls, come hug everybody. So yeah, it didn't work out. We should have done the hugging thing before I tried to implement that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Especially when the hugs were too long.
yeah.
Yeah. But we found out there's a science to the hugs. Anything above, 20 seconds?
I've actually got it on my phone.
Yeah, there's something, anything above 20 seconds requires a, restraining order?
It gets creepy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. That's
no,
once it goes beyond 20 seconds, it's creepy.
They were saying the
and
20
possible
second-
restraining order.
Yeah, but in reality, the truth was a 20-second hug promoted.
Yeah,
Got this right? A connection.
Heart.
yeah.
You
There's a
connected.
connection.
So if you can hug someone for 20 seconds, you're connecting with them.
Yeah,
And so that's why it feels uncomfortable because
Connection.
Yeah.
connection. You
yeah, because you
In
made
his
that
heart
connection.
line.
yes.
And
So you-
sometimes it's a wrestling match at that 20 seconds. Trust me, I know.
I ain't letting go. I got 5 more seconds. We're gonna connect whether you want to or not.
Yeah, that day I hugged Judy, grandma, in the kitchen. I go, 20 seconds, hold on. And when we got to like 18, it's like, hold on. The last 2 seconds, man, it's like a wrestling match. You've been wrestling
Really?
for 6 minutes, and those 2 seconds seems like 2 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, the last 2 seconds, man, that was rough. But after that, she's like, okay, we don't need the 20 more seconds anymore. We're good with 10 seconds.
Yeah,
More 5 seconds.
3.
Yeah. Now it's a pat.
Hey, how you doing from across the room? Hey, I hugged you once for 20 seconds. We're connected.
Yeah. So yeah,
It was very interesting, actually. Donnie, who did the morning show with you, and he sent me the thing on the hugging, and there's a lot of them, and they talk a lot about what happens and what's happening
Yeah.
with the different types of hugs and what it means, and yeah, that creepy one you can remember, but
Yeah, it's real uncomfortable. Carol says that when you hug, you need to hug to the right. Is that right?
Lean right.
Why?
We've
Why
been-
right?
Because you line up your hearts. When you lean left, your hearts are not lined up. We've learned to hug incorrectly from Oprah. She always leaned left.
because she doesn't want to connect with people. I just threw that out there. Sorry, that was a little
No,
bold.
but I couldn't.
Sorry,
fig-
Oprah.
That was quick too.
No. Let her have it.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out why I seen so many people leaning left, and then I realized Oprah leans left. She probably doesn't know she's supposed to lean right.
What if it's just the camera work and you're looking backwards like in a mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be.
Because a lot of times I'm watching something, I'm like, that should be on the right, and then I realize that I'm seeing the transversed thing.
Yeah.
So maybe just the camera work's making it look like she's a lefty.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we came up with a conclusion that how many different hugs is there?
Oh my goodness, I went through.
We got the bear hug.
Yeah,
We know that,
I
that
read
one
like
is.
8 of them, and I know there's more on there. So there's a lot of different types of hugs and what they
Yeah.
mean, and
Yeah, and then there's the quick hug.
I like that bro hug. Where you shake and kind of lean in and give a little tap, and
Yeah.
then back off real quick so everybody knows it's nothing funny going on.
Yeah.
It's like, hey bro,
Yeah.
There's different hugs. It means a lot.
What's your
Got to
favorite
keep
hug?
bass in your voice,
Dixie, what's your favorite hug? What would you say your hugger? Is it a bear hug? What's your favorite hug?
Oh,
Do you hug the same way all the time?
yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe a bear hug.
A bear
but,
hug?
But is that a long hug or is
No, it's kind of a good like grab and hug tight.
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think
Yeah. Where you don't break ribs.
Yeah.
It's right on the verge of breaking ribs. Dixie,
You
what's
can
your
pop a
favorite?
couple of them out.
Yeah.
You know where they're loose, but they're not broken. And you just pop them right back in. It's okay.
Yeah, that's
break
yeah,
them.
that's the safety.
Yeah.
Carol, what's your favorite hug?
With my dog.
So the dog hug.
I don't think that's on the top 8 list there.
Well, if she has a small dog.
Now, when
she
you say
can't
your
hug
dog,
too
are you talking
much.
about Michael or your
No,
pet dog?
I have the cutest, sweetest little Shih Tzu. We rescued him from the.
Can we say that on the air live?
Yes.
Shih Tzu?
Shih Tzu.
Okay.
Yeah, Shih Tzu at the Oregon Humane Society, and he has just. He was 3.5 years old when we got him, and when he came home, he actually acted grateful that he had a family again.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is so personable. He's trainable. He's very compliant. He's just the sweetest little guy.
So what kind of hug do you hug your Shih Tzu?
Oh,
What
I've
would you-
trained him. I squat down and I say, give me a hug, and he jumps up and he puts his paws on me.
So is it a bear hug or?
Yeah, I put my
Maybe a
arms
dog
around
hug?
him.
Yeah, well, what's a dog hug?
Well, what she's describing.
Well, that's a okay. It's a nude hug. Okay.
It's a pause on the
Pause.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Paws on
Okay.
the shoulder, yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite hug? Bobby, get ready.
I'm ready. You get ready.
Hugging has always been kind of uncomfortable to me, and I would have to say the almost half breathe it in hug and back off real quick hug.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's almost
okay.
like a Navy SEAL hug, then, right? Kind of
Well,
in and out.
In and out.
Stealth.
Who was that? Did it even happen? I'm denying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, and that's the difference is sometimes with strangers it feels more comfortable than with people you know. Like you'd go to family and you'd go somewhere like California and you'd meet a whole bunch of new people, and to get a hug from somebody you've never met before, to me sometimes it's more comfortable than if I have a friendship with somebody and I go to hug them and it feels uncomfortable because maybe that's not how we met, or you know what I'm saying. So it's all of a sudden it threw a curve to it. So But hugging girls, I've never had any uncomfortable. I like that. That's good. Yeah. So there's two different men hugs, women hugs.
So are you saying certain hugs are longer than others?
No, they push
Or
me off
they're-
pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
I
meant
would
it to be a
say-
long one, but it turned out to be a stealth
Yeah.
because they push you off so fast.
When is 21-7? It's when you go for the 20-second hug and it ends in 7. So
Okay.
21 sounded better. I didn't want to do the 21. Oh, got to exaggerate a little bit every time. I'm going for 21 this time. That's the third
Yeah.
date. That's where you get a 20-second plus hug on the third date.
And by the way, when you go in for that 20-second hug, do not count it out loud. That doesn't work.
Do you
'Cause
tell
it's,
them?
It's kind of weird. Yeah, well, no, they're
I'm
going,
going 20.
why are
I'm
you
going
counting?
20.
Let's
They always ask
test
me, where are you
that.
counting? I'm
Let's
like,
test one. I'm gonna come over there and hug you, and we're gonna count it.
20 seconds.
I can't do that right now.
You can't do that?
No, I'm
We
not.
need
I'm not
someone to
prepared.
come up and hug for 20 seconds.
Yeah, we need.
I'm going to
some.
get my timer out right now.
Oh, Rebecca wants a hug.
Rebecca?
So, Bobby, what kind of hugger are you?
I'm an air hugger.
You're an air hugger.
Yeah, I air
You
hug.
keep a lot of air between you?
You know, kiss, kiss, hug, hug. You know,
Rebecca's coming up for her hug.
Okay.
I'm ready.
there she is. She's the guinea pig.
Okay. Bobby, we need a hugger. And
Come on.
Bobby.
Timer. Let's
Oh,
see here.
absolutely. Come here.
Hold on here. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lean right.
Start it.
Lean right.
Oh, we gotta lean right real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, now start.
left-handed.
Now
There
start.
you
Yeah, lean
There we
right.
go. That's
Okay,
nice.
so
See, she's a
There's
pattern
7,
too.
8. Oh,
Okay.
that goes against it. There's 10 seconds in.
yeah, you can't move.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't
No
move.
padding.
So tell us when it's uncomfortable, Rebecca.
that's you can't pat.
You can't pat.
And
so
there's
Bobby
20
just patted.
seconds. There's 20
See,
seconds.
Bobby can't stop patting.
Mike.
Just keep
Mike.
it going.
No one's
Keep it
ever
going, you know?
uncomfortable with my hug, brother. You go on for 20
That was
days,
an excellent
man.
hug.
Same to you.
You know,
You're an excellent hugger.
we do need to find out about the padding thing.
Yeah, you can't pat.
Oh no.
We need,
Oh,
we need to
that's-
find out about that because rubbing, padding,
Yeah.
squeezing, those are things that are past hugging.
No, they're not. They're
Massaging.
they're hugging accoutrements.
That's like
Accoutrements.
yeah, he's a B, C, and D.
That's a like, you know, attachments. You know, stuff that goes with the hug. Patting,
Oh, okay.
squeezing,
Okay.
rubbing.
Okay, so
Okay.
then
Yeah, so what?
so what about kissing right next to it? So it's like a hug turns into a kiss. It's not. That's not hugging.
No. Kiss is a whole nother level.
So
See?
padding's a whole nother level. You're
No,
just not seeing
it's
the level.
not. No, it's not. It
No,
depends on where you're
Because
from.
patting is saying we're just friends.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
what's
so when you're
funny
hugging,
about
you really
that-
don't mean that. Hey, we're not going to that next level because I'm keeping you as a friend.
You know what?
Right.
Like that. See,
No, that's true. That's in the hug thing.
I know.
It talks about
it's a
padding.
science. Yeah. No, we got this now.
Oh yeah, we got this.
yeah, we
show.
talked about it for 2 hours at the coffee shop.
Right
That's
on.
right.
Yeah.
2 hours. 2 hours.
It is in the
No,
hug
seriously.
handbook.
Yeah, it became a big topic at the coffee
See
shop.
what we
it
do?
went on for 2
We
days.
do this for 10 minutes. We do this at the coffee shop for 2 hours preparing for this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
so,
Dedication.
so
man.
if you
guys are
pat, that's a friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Friend zone.
no, this is get risky. But if you pat him on the butt, is that still a friend?
You know what? If it all depends.
Friends with.
If it's your wife, it's a good pat.
Okay.
If it's not your wife, you're in trouble.
That's restraining order.
That's a restraining order.
Now, are we talking about hugging a newly acquainted person, like a stranger almost, or someone that you've known for a while? Because that would make a difference.
Yeah,
Right?
it'd be good to test it out on the road, out on the street out here.
We should.
And that's going to be part of our new segments with Underground. Is we're going to do little segments like that. So we're going to have
Yeah.
Kevin hug somebody just that he doesn't know, pat him on the butt as he's hugging them, and see how people
What the
respond.
reaction
See what the
is.
reaction
Yeah,
is.
yeah. We're going to prove this science.
I like this.
And you got to wear a GoPro and watch me the whole time, and I'll have like little button cameras and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can see the
We're
slap.
going to
going.
document this.
I'll get slapped a lot. I can tell. You're
So-
going to get me in trouble.
Yeah, so the next Underground, the next season, you will be educated with scientific proof.
Scientific proof.
Yeah.
We got,
about it.
We have to prove to this guy there's a difference between a pat and a rub and a
Yeah.
squeeze.
Yeah, okay, rub. So what does a rub mean?
What does a rub mean?
Yeah, does rub mean, hey, I'm not patting you, so we're not friends, but I'm
No,
rubbing
a
you?
rub is a
It's like the safety measure to say,
No, it's consoling.
can I be more than
It's
a friend?
consoling.
Yeah,
No, it's like, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'm consoling you. A pat can be construed as that too. You're too tough on the pats.
That's how a mother calms her child down. She just doesn't do this. She rubs it.
Yeah. That means, yeah. So,
She's consoling.
yeah, as a mother.
All right.
I think that's soothing.
Is that a mother or a
So-
mother?
Dixie's
to
a
me-
mother. She can speak to this.
Okay, but we got a mother on the line.
No, well, really, what I wanted to ask you was where's your coffee house that we
Oh,
can
it's just
talk
one
about
block
this?
over.
We can talk about this for 2 hours.
Yeah, we could. It's called Brood. It's on 6th and Main, just one block over from here.
Okay.
Best
Yeah.
coffee
Thank
shop
you.
in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I
you.
used to get up early in the morning, we
Yeah.
used to have these discussions early in the morning. You know, you ever seen the movies where all the guys hang out and have breakfast?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it was, but now I'm sleeping until noon. Yeah,
And I'm too tired to talk this.
yeah,
depth
by the
by
time I
then.
show up, he's like, Mike, shut up, here's your tea, go.
But we would do this. We'd be talking about something. The customer would walk in, and I just drag him in. So what do you think about this hug? And then boom, and get their, they would comment and tell us about. Well, this is what I think, and that's how you get honest commentary, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
they had no idea what we've been talking about. They walk in, and I just hit them right up. I was like, so we were just talking about hugging. What do you think about that?
Well,
You know?
that's what you should do at the coffee house then, and videotape it.
Maybe we will.
Absolutely videotape it.
Yeah.
That could be really good. There's a lot of great energy at Brood. I mean, if you go in there and spend 15 minutes in the place, even if you haven't been there before, you will feel as though you're part of everything that's going on in there. And Kevin and his group of cohorts over there are excellent at making you feel at home.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
And you
Yep.
guys are awesome over there. I
Thanks.
love the place.
I like when I go to my mom's house. My mom is so. Can I get you something to eat? Sit down. Let me get you something to drink. No. I'll get it for you. And that's how we kind of like to treat people there, until we get to know them, and then we
Yeah.
give them a hard time.
Yeah.
For Mike, I do abuse Mike a little bit on the in front of people.
Yeah.
Well,
That's fine.
he's okay, all except for the
Yeah.
washing dishes part, man. That kind of gets
Well,
on his nerves, you know.
Credit to his son. I went in there one day and I go, man, what do you give credit? Where do you give credit to your success? I mean, what part of it is making this business successful? He goes, I love people, and he goes, and I just want to love them. And he goes, it's not about making the money. I just want to love people. And so he goes, and this situation here allows me to be able to love them by making them coffee, by serving them. And I was like, man, what a great business plan.
No kidding.
You're just loving people.
And people can
And-
tell it when they come in. You
Yeah.
know, they feel that family. They feel that love and stuff. And it's
Yep.
like we try to run up and down the stairs for them and do anything we can for them to be comfortable, so they don't have to. Hey, the sleepy dishes there, I'll pick them up for you. Just this simple stuff. Just being able to talk to them or just spend a
Yep.
couple minutes with them. And
Exactly.
Well,
know.
I used to have a coffee house in the mountains in Arizona.
Oh,
A small coffee house. It was called Cup of Heaven Coffee House, and I made so many friends because I did exactly that. I love people,
Sure.
and I love to talk to people, and I love to do things for people, like make coffees, like lattes, and they had a gambling casino up on the reservation, which was about 4 miles, the Fort Apache Indian Reservation, about 4 miles up the road. And I had a band, and I can't remember the band. It used to be famous many, many years ago. But anyway, they came in to get their espresso shots to get through the evening.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, I really like having a coffee house.
and that's really funny because our coffee company that we started before we opened Brood was called Transcendence, and it says, brewed with love. We roast with love. So this is seriously, that was our game plan from the beginning. If you do something with love, it's going to show through.
Exactly.
And so when you make this coffee with love, they go, man, that is such good coffee. And I'm like, I'm not that great of a barista. Let me tell you, it's love. And you know, and we're pretty serious about that.
And we don't call it broista, it's broista.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the bros.
Yeah.
With bass in
Oh,
your
and by
voice.
the way, women, you will get served first. Trust me, I know this firsthand. Yeah, the first time I ever met them, he pushed me off the side. Michael, can you kind of scoot down? I'm like, okay. I scooted down, and these women came up, and he helped them, and helped the next woman up, and I'm sitting there going, what's my next copy?
I walked in with
And-
Mike one day, and he says, "Hey, Bobby, watch this." He says, "We were here first, but watch this." 3 girls walked in. He says, "Watch this." They got served first.
Yeah. Guys, can you please scoot down?
Isn't
Yeah.
that
And-
called discrimination?
Yes. And listen, I threw a fit over it.
Let me tell you, the story has grown quite a bit since it first happened.
So let me finish my story.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. An hour and a half later, I got served.
Yeah, right on.
He's like, Mike, it was not hour and a half. I go, that's how I felt.
I'm not even going to correct that story because it gets better and better every time I hear
It
it.
does, man.
I'm
Hey,
just
I've
going
got
to go with that.
It
yeah.
was 2 hours. I had it at 2 hours, but it was a little exaggerated.
See, now I'm even on the tail end of it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
loving
Just
it.
jump on it. Pick on Kevin. It's all right.
We're gonna have a clown in it next time. That's
So, anyways.
I
Carol?
would just like to add here, imagine if world leaders were like that. And spiritual and loving instead of politicians. What kind of an existence would we have then?
You'd have servants. You'd have people wanting to serve the people instead of serp over them.
See, that's what it was set up for, and it just
Yeah.
isn't.
Yep.
So,
So,
you know, they're going in for the 20-second hug, and they're getting the 2-second hug. Is what the problem is.
yeah,
They didn't have enough love in their life.
that's the whole point.
We're gonna have to make
They're hugging
politicians
too much.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought maybe not enough.
Yeah. No, Bill Clinton hugged too much. That, I got mixed up.
No, but I think politicians before the Democrats, Republicans, before you go to the Congress and the House, okay, everybody hug. Just
You know, he
everybody's got
got
to hug.
impeached for that.
What's that?
You know, he got an impeachment out of that.
For hugging too much?
For what kind of
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
lying about it.
Yeah.
We're at the
He hugged way too
2-hour
long,
mark.
caused a
Did you hear
stain. Anyways.
Did you hear the 2-hour line right there?
Oh, I didn't hear it. I can't hear the ladies. They don't
so-
want to talk to me.
Are
we
we
just went
gonna
to 2
go
hours right now.
all
They're not
night
into
or
me like I am them.
we gonna?
Anyways, thank you for watching Underground, and stay tuned. Follow us at fetv11.org, and we'll try to update you on what's going on. Like I said, Michael and I are going down to New Mexico, so you might be able to follow us live on that trip. That's going to be a lot of fun. Michael's a lot of fun. You get him by himself, that is.
So
he
who in here
one
is
funny
stopping him
guy.
from having fun? Who do we have to
I
stop?
don't know. We're gonna have to have a
What's
we're gonna
inhibiting
have to
him
have a
from
board meeting.
What's
about it.
inhibiting him from breaking out? He needs a
Oh,
hug.
he needs.
He needs a
Yes,
hug.
he does. A group hug. So if a group hug and it goes past 20 seconds, what is that?
Well, you got to divvy it up amongst how many people are in it.
What if they start crying in the middle of a group hug?
We have to look
It
that
all
up.
depends on the crying. If
Yeah.
they're happy that
It
we're
depends
hugging
on what
them,
kind of crying.
then that's a good crying. But if they're crying because they can't get out,
Now, if they start crying, do you rub them, pat them?
I don't know. Stay
Mom,
tuned for
you do that?
Underground on the next time, and we'll discuss this
Next
and figure
season.
out all the rules and regulations of hugging.
See you later, Vancouver.
Thank you.
Bye.
I gotta go back there.
Can you hear my heart? Can you feel my soul? Beating out my dreams.
Hi, and welcome to Brood, your local cafe and pub. Offering you a variety of services, we have beer, coffee, wine, and food. You can find us on Facebook at Brood360 and online at broodcafepub.com.